say anything else because I was beginning stuff out. You want me to move this?
No, I didn't know if you wanted it directly in front of me.
I just realized
but I was going to leave it
all in your chest.
I guess you want to put it on your side? There's a little bit of it.
A little more space. This upside down. No. This is staying in.
There we go. That's better. At least you can see half of me. Just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. Okay. I'll just flash it.
Yeah, there we go. That's all you needed.
Oh, goodness. So silly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 20 to 1. We have a new series here for you all called Jordan.
We're going to go with DM advice.
There you go.
DM chats.
Because we didn't even talk about it.
Nope. Aaron just threw me into the wolves.
So basically what we want to do with this series, just overall, there's a big fear of being a dungeon master, I feel like. Like, everyone's always scared to do it. Mm-hmm. And hopefully this is a video that you can put on and feel more comfortable, at least. And we can give you all of our knowledge.
So, I want to kind of start off with what inspired you to be a DM?
Sure. So I started being a DM. The first time I DM'd, I think, was 8 years ago. I was about 18, I think. So I'd always loved D&D, and I'd played it a couple times when I was a kid, but I never really had like a routine or anything for it. So I always had these ideas for it, but I was always terrified of being a dungeon master. It's like, I can't do that. I don't even know how to play, really. So I would just take all these ideas that I had just throughout my whole life, and it would just turns into things that's like not D&D related, just things that like inspire you for like a story. Mm-hmm. And then you can find a way to make it D&D. Yeah. So that's basically what I did. I just took all of the stuff that like I loved as a kid, or like ideas that I had, and then put it onto one world, and then that's basically the world's divided world is what we're playing in.
Nice.
What about you?
I am in love with the technical side of D&D, if you haven't noticed when I roll Nazis to death. But I was always fascinated with the ability to build a world, too. And so when I first started out, it goes back to high school, people were talking about it. And I was like, oh, I want to play D&D. Where can I find, what do I do? No one ever saying it.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do I even start this? And so I was like, I had no idea what to do. So fast forward to when I got to college, and my DM, she was like, yeah, I'll teach you how to be a DM. But first you got to learn how to like be a player character. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. I just want to DM. And I was like, I don't care about being a player character. And she was like, well, if you don't be a player character, I'm not going to teach you how to be a DM. So I acquiesced, and here we are. Napkin was born. That's my first ever D&D character. And from that point on, I started tinkering with it, memorized the 2014 rule book as best as I could.
And when he says memorize, he has. He knows every rule pretty much that's ever existed. In 5e, at least.
Yeah, we got one's coming, but for 5e, I was like, okay, I got to know what this does. And I tried my best to do spells. I do have a lot of the spells memorized. But yeah, that's kind of what kicked it off for me, was just mostly the technical stuff.
And what kicked it off for me was I wanted to tell a fun story. I didn't know. Really, when I first DM'd, I had only played maybe 3 times, and I was like 10. So I had went like almost 10 years pretty much without ever playing. So I just I would watch videos on like the basics of D&D, and then kind of go from there. And then slowly over time, when you're running the game, you're also learning the rules. So don't feel bad if you don't know the rules. I didn't have a clue. You wing it, and
You do.
and it's not a problem because I mean, like, if anyone ever's like, what do we do? Like, what's the rule for it?
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah, you can, like, it doesn't have to be continuous. You can take the
Yeah.
time to be like, hey guys, I don't know. And 9 times out of 10, your players are gonna be like, well, we don't know either. And then, hey, pull out your phone, type it in.
And
boom.
then if it's some like crazy rule, like we have stuff on the fly where it'll be like, this rule is such and such and such, where it's like to the T it has to be this, but then we're all like, that's dumb.
That's stupid.
Make it your own. It's literally what the rules are, what you want it to be.
And it's mentioned in the handbook. It says this is optional.
Yeah, the entire handbook.
It's optional. You do what you want. So that's the beauty in it. So it's like, and then this is a good segue too. It's like, remember, this is a collaborative storytelling. So it's on your players just as much as it's on you to tell and build this world.
Mm-hmm.
So that also needs to be like discussed too with people. It's like, hey, don't just come here with a blank sheet. Like, put some thought into who this character is before you breathe life into them.
Yeah.
So.
And it's also try not to go to the other end and just direct everything, or as a player step in and DM, because you can go further away, but it's all just about reading the room, and it's all, you know, your friends. So I mean, and that's all it is, just hang out with your friends. So if you just give it a shot, really.
Session zeros.
Yeah, that's perfectly, and then you come up with everything. You're like, and I always recommend session zeros, especially if you never met the people or ever played with them before. It's good to know what to expect, because I mean, everyone's completely different. I mean, just like look at just how like you and Sarah completely different. So you just don't know what you're getting into unless you prep first. So you have to make sure, like, you know, first of all, who's going to be in your game, and you know what the setting is. That just go over all of your basics, like, I'm going to have like a dark fantasy nitty gritty thing. Yeah. And then if your players are all like, I hate that, I only want to have fun, do something fun. Yeah, do whatever you want.
But it's good to, like you're saying, it's good to establish, like, hey, this is what kind of campaign this is going to be, and this is the direction it's going. Like for the Crooked Moon, for example, that we're getting ready to run, that is going to be a darker campaign. So it's like, I'm sure we're going to be joking and laughing, but for the most part, it's not going to be like 24/7 jokes and giggling and stuff. It's going to be a more serious, kind of slower pace campaign. So it's just like, you know, it's different from what we're used to doing all the time. So
yeah, because I mean, like, even just us between DMs, I have completely different styles. So, like, do you want to say like what you more focus on?
So my brain is balanced all the time. Is like everything has to be balanced. So my combats are kind of crazy. So it's like I kind of hyper fixate on it too. Like I'm like, okay, we have to have this many minions. The boss has to be able to do this exact ability, and like I hyper focus on like the nitty gritty, and I'm like, okay, well I know for sure that at this level the paladin can do this, and they do this exact amount of damage. So I got to prepare for whenever they do that, and it's a lot. Like I do a lot into the ways of combat, which is probably why our combat went 2 hours.
It was so meticulous.
Yes, it's like. So I like overbalance, which is, it can be a good and a bad thing.
It's a lot of fun to play in.
Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, so it's like, for me, I love the balance. I prefer a slower paced, and I like to let my players dictate more of what we're going to do. So it's like, the way I imagine it is like, I'm 10 feet in front of the player characters at all times, drawing, creating the world. As they progress forward, there I am 10 feet in front of them, making sure everything comes to life. And so they're dictating kind of the pace of the game until it's like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Well, I think we should do this. No, I think we should
we should go in the tavern 20 times.
What are we doing? Then at moments like that, yes, you kind of have to step in and drive the narrative a little bit.
But I do think with what you said, there's a really good point in there. So when you start the campaign, you don't know, the world isn't set in stone. So I really recommend as little, like, have as much as basis plan that you have for your world. I wouldn't start off with the whole pantheon of gods.
No.
I wouldn't come up with 30 countries and all these cities. I would start small, keep it located in like an area, whatever vibe you're wanting, and let it just progress. Because what comes best is what comes off the fly anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So it's nice to have, like, have backup plans, of course. Like, if it's going to come up in the session, I'd 100% have it planned.
Yeah.
But you don't need to have, like, every town name doesn't have to exist. You don't have to have books written and all this kind of stuff. But going with the style, like with mine, I go first is I write a story. Well, I'll put music on, and then I'll kind of just feel like the vibe, and then put different things together, and it'll just kind of play out in my head, and then I'll see like the story, kind of like long term, like a huge arc, and then I'll like go back and then divide it through section, and you always have to prep it for them to not even do it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to prep that because there's been countless times where I've been like, oh, they're going to go to this place. There's this whole stadium. Like, there's going to be this big arena. They're going to love it. And then instantly everyone's like, yeah, I want to go shopping. I want to go check out what the merchants are doing. So you can write what you think is an incredible story. Doesn't mean your players are going to do it.
100%. That's so true.
Yeah. And you got to accept it because you can't force them into it.
Nope.
And always, if it's something you really want to do, just bring it up later.
Yeah.
Put it in a different setting.
Yeah. You can always change where it's going to be.
Yeah.
And eventually they might want to do something like that. And then maybe if they're higher level, it might be more fun at a higher level.
Yeah. And then you can throw more into it.
So yeah, it's being malleable. As malleable as possible.
And don't be afraid to be wrong either. Yeah. Like, there's no... your players shouldn't get upset with you for just taking a moment and be like, I don't really know. Or if you just even need to take a moment to look over your notes, that's perfectly fine. I mean, there's always times where you can be like, if you don't want to be obvious and be like, oh, I don't know what we're doing, let's just take like a 10-minute break or something.
Okay.
And that's perfectly fine because it is a lot. You do have a lot on your plate.
Oh, yeah.
And it can get overwhelming, especially when things don't go the direction you have planned and you have to just on the spot.
Yeah. But then it's also you trust yourself. Because it's like if you played, and like, I think Taylor brought that up where he was just like, oh, I'm not ready to play a level 10 character. The highest I've been is 3. And I'm like, you're a lot more ready than you think you are.
Yeah.
And so it's like, don't sell yourself short.
Because it's more of what you can do, but it's still the basis of D&D. Like, nothing has changed. Like, you can be a level 20 character. I think they'd be fine playing a level 20 character.
So too. At this point, yeah.
I just think, I wouldn't go full... like, use every trick up my sleeve.
No.
I would keep it simple. But, I mean, any of your players can work for really whatever level, as long as you really make sure they have an understanding of what they're in for.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's like, in the one video is about to come out, they were level 10. And that's probably the highest that a lot of them's ever been.
All of them, I would say, except for
you and Sarah.
Us. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I started off at like level 20. So for me, like, high level campaigns are nothing.
And that's a whole other different thing between us. I love low level, starting off low level, and you get that full heroic journey. I love it. I love being 1 and then ending at 20. Jordan wants to start at 20 and end at 20.
Let's get it.
No, actually end at like 600.
Yeah. And that's like, for me, with my style, it's like, we were doing a 1 to 20. We're gonna go slow, and I killed a player with a box, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
Princess of Apocalypse, you can see that live. That was Princess of Apocalypse episode 1. You can see me and Sarah die to a box and a zombie.
And the CR rating for the zombie was like 0.1.
And this is a pre-written campaign.
Yes.
So you can't base off like, pre-written, it's going to be balanced.
No,
it's not.
It is not. No, it is
I feel
not.
like everything that I've ever read from pre-writtens, it feels like it's so much harder.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand where the leveling comes from, because it's like they're like level 3 can handle this.
Yeah.
Like, level 10's
And it's
struggle.
also Rask.
Yeah, like what?
But, yeah, so it's like and then it's like, so the cool thing about that, like if we had ever got to continue that campaign, was that I had to think on the fly there because again I wasn't expecting them to die there. They were supposed to go through, figure out, oh hey, there's an evil wizard trying
This
to
is
destroy
instantly.
the town. Yeah.
We died instantly.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to make it seem like this was like hours in. It's
It's like
first area.
Minutes.
Yeah, we go in, we die.
And then I'm sitting there like, what in the world? So now I have to write in like resurrection. I have to write in all this other stuff, and then of course there's gonna be consequences to them dying. And I'm like,
And Jordan, what happened the next episode?
and y'all die,
And we died again.
and now here we are writing new characters into the story.
Yep.
This is all by episode 2.
Yeah, by episode 2, there was 4 deaths.
It's crazy. So yeah, it's like moments like that can and will happen, and it's not like I wasn't prepared for it.
You can't be.
You can't be. You can't like and then it's like on the fly. I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. And I started adding stuff in, and I was like, okay, I can figure out later how to tie this into the story, but right now let me focus on getting them back to life.
Yeah.
Or in episode 2, let's focus on getting the new characters
Just
caught
into-
up.
yeah.
So that's the beauty in the game, is that you can think on the fly, make stuff up. And your players, again, collaborative storytelling. I trusted Taran, I trusted Sarah. They trusted me. We made it happen.
And we've played with each other for 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
And, you know, you build up a connection with them. And I was not worried. In a moment, I knew Jordan had it handled.
But you
Even how crazy of a situation is,
so crazy.
I knew Jordan had it.
Because I think you could. I have to go back and watch it. I think there was the moment when it happened.
That's Jordan's first time DMing on camera, too.
Yeah.
That's your first ever time, I think.
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's right.
I'm almost certain.
So, yeah, and I think you can see my face when they go down. I was like...
Because Sarah, right before the combat started, Sarah got knocked out, and that was the healer, so...
Mm-hmm. It's just craziness from that point on. But yeah, it's like, and then let's say like I didn't have any experience as a DM. I could have said, hey guys, I wasn't ready for this.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure this out.
And I mean, your players should accept it and be like, you know, they should want the best for the story and the game. So if that needs, the DM needs to take a second, take a second.
Which I totally would have done that.
And no one would have said otherwise. So, you know, we all would have been like, 100%, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, you'll figure out your style. You'll figure out what works best for you, how to improv on the spot. Like, it comes with time.
And then also, if you don't like one system, swap it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's tons out there.
Mm-hmm. Like your rules for the potions, I was thinking about that earlier. I thought that was pretty cool because I think the D&D is like 2d4 plus 2.
It's
for a
always
small
weird,
potion.
yeah.
And then you're just like, nah, it's gonna be a d6 plus your spellcaster.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's fair.
Because I think, because you add, sometimes the rules, it's like, why? Like, in what world is a small potion should I think to grab 2 d4s and then play, you know, like something like that.
So like weird.
And that's something that I could never remember.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier for me to just make my own. So that's why I do like small, medium, large, and then I just change it like d6s, d12s, d20s, something like that. And then you can just come up with it on the fly too. Like you're the DM, so whatever potion they get, you tell them what to roll.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's like, you got this. And then I guess I don't know if we want to. Do we want to go like into the nitty gritty of like challenge ratings and stuff like that?
I figured we'd get into challenge ratings like a whole separate video.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking too.
On like building a combat.
Because I could be like,
I was gonna say, I figured probably this would be more the basis of getting into DMing.
Okay, I won't talk y'all's ears off with that.
But there is going to be a whole combat one, and that one's where we'll go full into challenge rating.
And then my mind palace of how I create combats and how Taran creates
This is
combat.
completely different. Mine's chill.
Mine is not. Oh, I'll give you the small peek behind the screen with the devils you all fought. Everything was poison damage.
Oh, what? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
that's why I was like, when I was rolling, and I was like, oh. And then, let me see, what did I tweak? So, the horn devil that you guys were fighting, it was supposed to be a D12. I changed it to a D8.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he should have been doing a lot more damage. I changed the imps. They weren't supposed to have crossbows, so I gave them crossbows, and that was their stinger shots.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like just tweaks like that I made to try to help the combat be more balanced.
Yeah, doing that on the fly is just 100%. I mean, because you can make any combat, and then it's just out of nowhere is way harder than you ever intended it to be.
Yeah.
Just always be ready for that too.
Beware of boxes.
Very, very
boxes
aware.
don't exist in my world anymore.
Is there? I know I got you when you're drinking, but is there anything else that you can think of that we should add in for the starting to get someone to start in?
Listen to campaigns.
That is very good. That's a really good point. When I learned best about DMing is by watching like NADPOD. NADPOD's my favorite. So you learn so much from them.
Oh, yeah.
And then whatever style you like, if you like Critical Role, if you like Dimension 20, anything, it just consume it and you will learn it.
Yeah. Because it's like when you're sitting there, it does sometimes almost feel like you're at the table with them, depending on like how well you can, project yourself into that world. And then it's like as you're listening, it's like you'll subconsciously or consciously you'll start to be like, oh no, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have had all this instead.
Yeah.
Or no, why would he do that? They should have cast that spell. That would have worked better there. Or Brendan, for example, he could have threw that monster, and I think that would have been perfect for the area.
Yeah.
So it's like you'll start to think like that, and that will put you more in the mindset of a DM.
And then that'll give you more opportunity to put more things in your world. Because it's fine to take other things as long as you're making your own. Yeah. It's not like you don't just go 100% steal it, but like make it like if you're really into Star Wars, or say like you're the biggest Star Wars fan ever, and your players hate Star Wars like my players. I know, but everyone else hates it. And you want to do a whole campaign, but they don't want to do Star Wars, so just make it D&D, and then you can take elements of what you love. So, like, if you like the Darth Vader bit, you make a whole Darth Vader character. Yeah. And just make it your own.
And then it doesn't have to be, like, strictly Darth Vader. Like, he can be a tragic hero, or he can be misguided.
Or this one could be, like, he is, like, once was a king, and he needs to be reawakened or something, and then you can just totally make it into whatever.
Yeah. So it's truly the ball is in your court, and whatever you want to do, you can make it happen. So it's like,
just do it.
Just do it, and
you will feel most confident after you've done it the first time.
After you've done it the first time,
and then you feel like, as long as it went smoothly, and it will usually go smoothly as long as you really try it and you're really like open about it, not just closed off. You can't just like. No, what I say is this.
Yeah, don't
railroad. You can't do that.
Goodness, don't railroad.
As long as you're open and you communicate, there's going to be no issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I think probably other last advice I can give is probably like one-shots. Instead of like, if you don't feel like building a whole campaign, just run mini one-shot. Just like, takes place in a house.
It could be literally anything. And doing a one-shot... And then you can turn that into your campaign.
Oh, yeah. Easy. And sometimes your players will make you turn it into a campaign.
It'll happen.
It will.
And people will ask you, they'll ask you, hey, can we play this all the time? Can we play this one? What about this one? I think we're free on this week. Everyone want to do Cyberpunk?
Sarah and I are waiting all the time. We're waiting.
Hey, I'm ready.
All right, looks like we're playing Cyberpunk tonight. So we're going to wrap this video up.
All right. Well, and if you guys have any questions at all, or if there's anything in particular that you ever wanted to ask, let us know. We look at the comments all the time. So if there's anything that you like need advice on, or if there's any questions that you have like that on what we would do, 100% we will answer.
Yeah. Don't feel like you got to run D&D 1. You can run any of the additions, like Taran was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Change it.
Any addition, any version, whatever you want. Make your own. Make it as simple as you want.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, let's sign ourselves off.
This has been 21 DM advice. Maybe we'll see. You'll know what the title is by the title. But this is 21. You can check us out on all of our platforms. They're linked all on our channel, but YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, Patreon, and
exclusive content on
exclusive on Patreon. Yes, so hop on there. We have 20-1 games on Twitch, which is also tagged in. It's at _20_TO_1. And then, what's am I missing? Oh, the other channels. So we have Ultimate Frisbee WV, there's Planet Pleb.
Entering
Planet Pleb. I always say that wrong. Entering Planet Pleb for the Marvel. Mm-hmm. And then we have Sarah's channel, TBD. 21 games. You can find our Marvel stuff on there.
Mm-hmm. All D&D related content, of course.
Yes. Is there anything else? Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
All right, it's been 21. And
before you end.
Oh,
yes. In this case, after you end.
Please be. I forgot.
Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The engagement helps. A lot of people have been saying the algorithm's been weird, but hey, one thing
it does look like it. It 100% looks like it on our end.
But the best way that you can help us, especially us being small content creators, is sharing the word. It helps a lot, truly. So
commenting and liking,
subscribing, sharing is the most important. They say it's caring, and if you care about your loved ones, you'll share this content with them. Mm-hmm. It will make them smile. So don't gatekeep. All right.
And